my own view, and this is not coming from Trent and Brooks, just my own view. I think the AFL and Richmond handled it really poorly. I think the disappointing thing from where I sit was that they had a prime opportunity to actually come out and support a woman in a real life case rather than just words. So I think that's probably the most disappointing.
Well, that was Rick Kennedy, former Bulldog champion, it must be said, fullback in his day. He was a great player, and he is the father of Brooke Cotchin and defending Brooke and Trent in that situation. It came against the backdrop of the story that you'd alluded to, Caro, and put on the agenda about the possibility that they were both going to come home from the hub, Trent and Brooke, after the situation with the Instagram post. The situation took another twist on the weekend where Brendon Gale's wife, Jane, also got a little bit involved and said for Rick Kennedy to say that Brooke was unsupported is incorrect. Brendon and his team, including Damien Hardwick, had to work hard going to bat for the Cotchins to provide personal support to Brooke. Let's just say it was not a quick turnaround by the Cotchins, who threatened to leave the hub at one point, which was strong language, didn't get probably the media oxygen that it might have otherwise got on a midweek day. Can you please make some sense of this for us?
I think it got enough oxygen at the Richmond Football Club. I think there are alarm bells ringing everywhere. Look, I'm going to cut Jane Gale some slack, and you can tell me that I'm wearing my Richmond hat. I really like Jane. She was clearly devastated and really upset by what was said about her football club, her husband's football club on Triple M on Friday night by Rick Kennedy. She completely disputes that, as do most people at Richmond, by the way. But clearly, I don't think anyone else at Richmond was aware that Jane would then speak to the Herald Sun.
How did that come to be?
I think she, well, I don't know who got in touch with who, but I think there was an email conversation between the journalist and Jane. I don't think Brendon was aware of it. I think he didn't think that what Rick Kennedy said was correct, but he was prepared to wear it. It shows
Jane
how...
confirmed that the Cotchins had threatened to leave the hub.
Which is something everyone else at Richmond's actually... They're saying Trent certainly considered leaving. They say there was never a threat. There was never an ultimatum. Threat implies ultimatum. He never threatened to leave. He just felt that... And Brooke spoke in that...
But that's Jane Gale's language, threatened.
Yeah,
not.
I know, but I'm saying I'm not sure it was a threat. Brooke Cotchin, in that interview with the Herald Sun, talked about her anxiety, and Trent Cotchin, who is clearly a really strong family man, wondered whether it was better for everyone, but mainly for his family, if they left. And Brendon Gale and Damien Hardwick made him realise how bad that would be for the club if he did leave.
Did Richmond tell Brooke she couldn't speak, or just the AFL?
That is completely denied by everyone. Okay. Yep.
But
certainly the AFL tried to cover up the story, and we know what happened with Mitch Cleary. I mean, this cover-up situation was ridiculous. But look, this is a year when people are really struggling emotionally, and people are doing really strange things extraordinarily. I mean, Trent Cotchin has been unbelievable. Since he came back for that Brisbane game from the hamstring, he's been as good a leader on the field as I've ever seen him be. So he's managed to separate his wife's issues and anxiety, and she was obviously very upset by what happened with his footy, which is one thing. But, yeah, look, it's messy. But it's so messy, in fact, that Brendon Gale, we know, is going back, and this big contingent flying up tomorrow. And the head of Richmond's whole sort of media situation, Simon Matthews, is now going as well. I don't think that was always on the cards, but he's going up there now.
So I just don't want to back over this, but are you saying Richmond are denying that the Cotchins threatened to leave, but the CEO's wife is saying...
She used the word threaten. She was obviously emotional and upset for her husband and the football club because she didn't think what Rick Kennedy, and nobody at Richmond confirms what Rick Kennedy said about Brooke being not supported. They felt she was genuinely supported. They say Trent was happy to pay the fine, and when he does pay it, he will pay it, and he understands he has to pay it. He considered leaving. He suggested he would leave. He never threatened. He never demanded anything in return. What
that says to me, if you take a humanity lens on that, that's just stress and anxiety for everybody. Like
exactly.
In a normal year, if you'd said the CEO's wife, the captain's wife, the captain himself, the father-in-law had all had a public say about a hub matter, and Mitch Cleary had been suspended over it, you couldn't have written that script.
And it took you back to the days of the Wignalls. And yet this is a football club who is, I think, one of the premiership favourites, and Matthew playing incredibly,
and that's where they're
as well as ever.
That they're winning, Caro. Otherwise, it would have been an even bigger story. But just on field,
I just feel for everyone involved.
On field,
and I really do support them because it's tough.